child, we was having issues. There's something going on, child, with this link, but we worked it out. Hey, cousins, let me let everybody know where you guys are watching from. Hopefully there's not an echo because I had to use my other phone. This is why it's good to have two phones, child. If I didn't have two phones, we would be in a chokehold. All right. Let me put the link for you guys to be a guest. Let me know where y'all watching from. Hey, cousins. Ooh, child, were y'all here earlier today? I did my first reaction video to my own video. How about that one? Right now it's Kendra G Thoughts. Y'all been giving me names. All right, okay. Ooh, okay, I'm about to put the link for y'all to be a guest. Copy. All right. So to be a guest, the link is in the YouTube comment section. Let me pin it. And also, make sure you guys like and subscribe to this video. Are we on Facebook? We should be on Facebook. Let's see if we're on Facebook, child. Let's see if we're on Facebook. Oh, why is it not live? It's not live on Facebook, which let me put it, child. Okay, they say, hey, cousins, but let me make sure it's on the Facebook channel. So are we now, we're on Facebook? They say, yes, we see it on Facebook, but it's not on the main page on Facebook. That's what makes me upset. Why is it not on the main page? It says, it's live on Facebook? Do y'all see it on the main page? Ooh, child. All right, I gotta find it on Facebook. They're saying it's on Facebook. I don't see it on Facebook. No, it's not on the main page. I don't know. You know, these systems be changing, child. And we're already live. Let me see. I don't know how to do it. All right, well, the link to be a guest is in the YouTube comment section. I want to put it on the Facebook comment section. I see it on Facebook, but I just don't see it on the main page. So Facebook, I don't even know, child. I need to get a technical person. I feel like this is the video. Start live. Oh, no, that's not right. Manage. I don't know where it is, child. Y'all say y'all see it. All right, well, oh, they like Kendra commentary. Y'all thinking of the names for the show. All right, let's get Miss Reena. Show me your wall. Delisha, you'll be next. Okay, so let's get Miss Reena first. All right, here we go. Hello?
Hello, how are you?
Good. I feel like you were trying to get on Instagram. Were you?
I was, girl, and Facebook. I've been trying all night.
Well, let's get you this man, girl.
Let's get him, girl.
What's your name, boo?
My name is Melissa, but my name on your app is Miss Reena 83.
Okay. Well, I love that you came prepared. Miss Reena
Yes.
83.
Yes.
All right, so what's the name you want me to call you?
Reena, Melissa, either is fine. Doesn't matter.
Reena, Melissa?
Either one, Reena or Melissa.
Reena or Melissa? Reena. I'll call you Reena, okay?
Yes.
Reena, how old are you?
I'm 42.
42. What you do for a living?
I do a few things. I'm a special education teacher, and I'm also a community liaison for an insurance company.
Special education teacher, and what else?
A community liaison for a healthcare program.
Community liaison. You have any kids?
I have 2 adult children, 22 and 18 years old.
What are the ages?
22 and 18.
22 and 18. Both by the same man?
Yes, my ex-husband.
Okay, you was married. When did you get divorced?
2022.
Okay. Okay. And what's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Pisces.
We love how prepared you are.
Great.
Yes, we love it. So we got Miss Reena, 42 Pisces, special education teacher, community liaison, mom to 2 kids by her ex-husband. She's now divorced. Why'd you get a divorce?
Well, I married really, really young, 18. So life happened, and we just decided it was better for the next part of our lives to go separate ways. We're still great. We're friends. We co-parent. Well, we have adult children, so no need to co-parent, but we're still cordial.
You're so cordial. Okay. All right, let's get to it. What kind of man you looking for?
I didn't want to miss anything. I did write something if I can read it, if that's okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. So honest, trustworthy, who is vision focused and able to and desires to teach and love. Divorced or has had a long-term relationship and desires to be married or in a long-term relationship again. Protective provider mentality, who is supportive and encouraging, able to defend if needed, but is overall even tempered and calm in his disposition.
Okay.
Has kids, preferably adult kids, and doesn't want any more children. Makes a salary comparable to mine, is driven, financially stable, and responsible. Generous and thoughtful, romantic, and is able to receive and give love through actions. Sociable, funny, and enjoys Netflix and chills night just as much as cultural and dress up type events.
Oh, oh.
And that's it.
Okay, we had it written down, child.
Yes.
What's your deal breakers?
Um, so smokers, liars, abusers, been to jail, unemployed, and a lot of baby mamas.
And a lot of baby mamas. Okay, what's a lot to you?
Over two would I would pass
Over
on.
two. Okay. Okay. Should he look a certain way?
So I do have a thing for beards.
Okay.
Uh, I am short, so 5'10" or higher. Athletic or muscular would be great. Um, I prefer brown skin or lighter, but I do find darker skins attractive as well. But preference is brown or light skin.
Okay. And should he make a certain amount of money?
Yes, anything upward of 100 is comparable to me, so I would like him to be there.
Oh, so he should make at least 100,000.
That would be great if we were if he wanted to match me.
Okay. Could he make less or don't reach out if he makes less?
Oh, he can make less as long as he's vision focused. I'm about teamwork, make the dream work. So I'm not a stickler on gotta be this or that. No, but you have to be gainfully employed with vision, and we can work towards building something together.
All right, let's do it. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay, I'm gonna have to move it. Well, I don't know. Can you see me? Okay, you can see me a little bit.
Oh, you got a body. Look at them hips, girl.
Okay,
Where you calling me from? Oh, I didn't get your city. Where you calling me from?
Jacksonville, Florida.
Well, that's how they look in Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh, we a little nice over here.
Body was the waist was not there. Okay. So Miss Reena, right?
Yes.
Miss Reena, when was your last relationship? Was it your marriage?
Uh, no, I dated someone, started about a year after I divorced, and we were about a year and a half, but we broke up around September, October last year.
Okay. All right. So you don't gotta answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Well, I don't believe a lady discusses that, but it was a while ago. Um, but I won't share an exact date. But like I said, I broke up with him in October, September. So
Okay. Three flaws you have to work on.
flaws, well, I do spend money. So I work hard, play hard. So I could probably be a little bit better at managing that. That's why it's important that he has money too. I would say work-life balance. I do work a lot, and then I have my two daughters, so finding time for romance is a thing I do need to be more dedicated towards. And I will say the third thing is probably um, procrastination. I'm good at a lot of things, so sometimes I do allow things to build and wait to the last minute, and then I'm in a stressful rush mode to get it done, and that can be affect my relationships. Sometimes when I'm gotta do what I gotta do, things get cut off, people get shorted. So I probably, again, I guess that ties into work-life balance. Don't wait to the last minute to do
All
stuff.
right. Okay, well, let's do it. We got Miss Reena, Jacksonville, Florida, 42 Pisces, special education teacher. Well, works in special education, community liaison, excuse me. Mine are two, divorce. You want to get married again?
I absolutely do. Yes.
All right. So look, I'm on. I had to switch phones because it was acting up tonight. But I think I have my app on this phone too. So your name is Miss. Is it right there?
Yes, Miss Reena 83. That's my name.
Oh, I have to log. Oh, child. I gotta log into my own app. So I'll add it to your profile. Usually this is the phone I use for the app, but I'm using this phone was acting up for the show. So okay, this is her name at the bottom. Miss Reena. Miss
80.
Reena. Wait, let me see, child. Ooh, I don't want to get out. Okay, I don't want to. It took me out. I don't want to play with it. But I'll add it to your video. Miss Reena,
Okay.
MSREINA 83.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I have. It's not on this phone. It's on this. My app phone is the phone I'm using to host the show.
No
All
problem.
right. All right. Bye, baby
Thank
girl.
you.
Bye, baby. Um, I don't use an iPad. Awesome. Are you ready? Oh wait, we got the baby.
I'm here.
You got the baby again. Awesome.
Yeah, I just she what she like to do is she like to wake us, see, and I tried to. Every now and then she'd just wake up on her own. I was trying to get her to go back to sleep, but I don't think that's going to happen. She probably go back to sleep if I rock her.
Well,
So
awesome. You know, he was on the show on Saturday, and
yeah,
before I start,
you can
I
let the
got you. You told me everybody. I'm gonna get to the people in queue, so y'all don't go nowhere. I'm gonna talk to Awesome, but if you're in queue, you will get an interview.
yeah.
So don't hang up. So I'm gonna say that to the people in queue.
Just be
But I
careful.
know
You don't let
you
the
know you
fox in
got
the
the.
hen house.
Hello.
You don't let the fox in the hen house.
What does that mean?
They're not they're not gonna like you if you do this interview with me. They're gonna hate you.
No, they're gonna like me. What are you talking about?
Okay. All right. Well,
Listen, who you are represents you. Hi,
okay.
cutie. Look at the cute
All right,
baby.
good mom.
But we got a lot of questions because you know you
Okay.
saw the comment section. I'm quite sure of it.
Well, I saw a little bit of it. I don't particularly pay too much attention, but
Okay, well, I
if
got
you
some
mind.
questions that
Okay.
people had. If you didn't see Awesome's first video, go and
Okay.
watch it. But let me get to some questions.
Okay.
He's holding a 9-month-old baby. I'll do a minor recap. This is 9-month-old daughter. He's looking for a black woman who
Mhm,
has no kids. That's not an option for him. Have to be willing to have kids. Be a mother to his child.
mhm.
Do not eat your steak medium well. That is not. It shows you don't know how to act, child. Be open minded to the steak that he's going to order for you because he orders for his woman. He's not
Sure.
negotiating that. Get with the program or get lost. Is that right?
Yes. So far, basically.
Well, let me
Yes.
ask you a couple things. Are
Okay.
you calling me from a shelter?
Yes. Let me say this. First of all, Kendra, how do you like the suit? I came on here looking like a Reese cup. Figure one of these sisters might want to, well, I gotta keep remember I got my daughter here. So that's number one. So
No, no,
I
no.
hope
Let's no.
everybody
Let's start
impressed.
with number one.
Yeah.
Okay, because I never did a reaction video to my show, but you
Yes.
had me do a reaction video to your
Yes.
video. And one
Yes.
thing I said,
Uh,
men with money talk the way you talk. Now,
yes.
you got to have money to talk the way you talk, Awesome. You can't be
Okay.
living in a shelter and
All right.
making those demands.
Yeah. Okay. Now, are you finished? May I speak?
I'm not finished, but you can
Okay.
speak.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead. I
No,
want to
no,
give
I
you
mean,
a
we're
little
going to be having a
appreciation.
dialogue. Go ahead.
Okay. Number one, I can because I did. That's number one. Number two, I always been like this. I don't let money make me. Let me say something, Kendra. Let's just get right down to the root of the issue. The root of the issue is that a lot of black women just don't like black men. They don't respect black men. That's the core of the issue. I don't deal with symptoms, I deal with the cause. You don't like black men, so you don't respect black men. So whatever you always want to come. If I were white and doing the very same thing, taking care of my daughter, women would say, what a great guy he is. They would say, look at him. Look at why this white man doing this, but black men don't take care of their children. Let me give you a little bit of my backstory. I literally left the streets to take care of her. CPS tried to take her from me 4 different times. CPS called me today to try to take my daughter from me. I have to do certain things and and go through certain protocols in order to make sure she's safe. So let me say this. Number one, yes, I did work at Popeyes. I did a video on that on my channel. I will I did that. I'm not going to promote it here. If you found it, you know it. You can see it. It was as proud as I've ever been of myself. I picked up trash. Shout out to Shanice Green who hired me. I made $12 an hour picking up trash at Popeyes. Shout out to the people that work these fast food jobs and that keep this country going. There people are not better than them, and so I want to thank them. I learned a lot about myself doing it. It was challenging. I pushed myself because I had to figure out a way to keep milk in my daughter's stomach and keep her out the system. So to these people who have a problem with that, you know what you can do and you know where you can go. I've never run or ran from my past, who I am. I'm a man, I stand tall about it all. Money never made me, it never broke me, and I don't give a blank what these silly people in your comments say. These silly hood rat broads with these tattoos on their neck. You don't qualify. I don't care about your BBL. Yeah, I don't like that neither. You for recreational use, baby. And for you sucker black men who wear tight chains, you should be, if you're gonna wear a gold chain, lame, it should be at least 26 inches. For real, for real. If you're gonna wear gold chain, it should be at least 26 inches. To you suckers who wear bonnets, to you suckers who go outside in Crocs, to you black men who text the letter K, you a coward and you weak and you don't have the ability to stand like I stand in the face of fire.
Okay, let
You
me.
couldn't do
Okay,
what I do.
all right. Now let me just jump in. Awesome, because I wanna give you a chance to talk, and you'll give me the same respect. I
Salute.
think we did a really good job of that in our first video.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, Now a couple of things. Now you
Okay.
you are very boisterous and you have a lot of things to say, but not saying that. Listen, life happens to all of us,
Hmm.
and you could be in a high rise one day and be in a shelter the next day, and that's
Hmm.
fair. So no judgment of where you are in life and trying to become a better
Hmm.
man, but you are doing a lot of judgment to
Hmm.
people when at this moment you don't even have a foundation. You don't even have a home.
Hmm.
And one would say this is a moment in life where maybe dating shouldn't be your focus because you're requesting a very classy, beautiful black woman who has no kids
Yes.
to come along and join you in this moment in life. Why would a woman that you describe sign up for a man that's in a shelter? I'm just being honest. And also, not even just a man that's been in a shelter. We understand that you are changing your life around, but you also did
Yes.
16 years, according to us,
Yes.
in jail.
Hmm.
You have a child, a 9-month-old baby. We don't know all the ins and outs, but we
Hmm.
know that a woman had a baby 9 months ago that is no longer taking care of the child. So that's a little crazy.
Okay.
Um, there's just a lot of things questionable about you, and you are asking for an elite black woman to sign up. So why would she do that?
Okay. I'm not asking anything. It's what's gonna happen. She probably already found me, and I'm very interested in one young lady. Shout out to you, baby. And so that's that. There's that. I may have already found her. That's neither here nor there at this point. We'll see. The truth of the matter is this: because I'm a man, and because I'm not you, and I'm not them cornballs in your comments. So that's why I'm a man who has done things that most of these people could never do, that most of these things could never be. Let me say
What do you
this.
mean when you say you're not me, as in you're not a woman?
Yes, I'm not a woman. Let me listen. They said that I was lying. There were people. I'm gonna go through some things systematically. So just go through some facts. Hold on. Oh my bad. I was looking for this. So they said that I heard in the comments that I didn't have a passport and I was just lying.
Don't show your passport on a nationwide show, on
Oh, don't
international
worry
show.
about it. I ain't slow
You
like
should
that.
have.
There you go.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
These aren't the things that.
No, I want to, but can you allow me to cook Kendra for a second, please? Because
Go ahead. Go
people,
ahead.
they didn't have a problem dragging me, and I don't have a problem with that, right? Because one thing about me, I can take the smoke. My shoulders been big my whole life. I, I'm a man who don't allow nobody to tell me nothing. I have stood tall, and I'm gonna get what I want because I deemed it so. And so when people can't understand that, I know they can't understand that because they don't know what it is to stand in the face of adversity and to see things through and to come out on the other end. See, a lot of these people, they we get caught up in groupthink. You know what I mean? Like groupthink is really huge. If you can't see past my current circumstance, it like I said, if I have to tell you, then I ain't for you. Because any woman who can literally see the way I move, the way I talk, the way I dress, you can see this guy is not, he's different, right? And I'm gonna tell you something, Kendra, and it's there was one show I remember. Black women are the only women that let their best men go to other races of women. They're
Wait,
the
hold on.
only.
Okay, no, I do. Okay, I do want to honor you to speak, but this is something I wanted to respond to earlier because
Okay.
you said earlier
Yes.
about black women don't like black men. Here's the
Yes.
deal. I, as a black woman,
Respect.
that's not. Hold on. So
I
I'm gonna
said
let you
respect,
continue.
Kendra.
Say it again.
I said respect.
Oh, respect. Okay.
Yes.
Well, right now you're about to say we let black men go. Here's the deal.
Hmm.
Black women don't want to feel like they're working for a slave master.
Okay.
And what happens is a lot of men, you guys come in with a dictatorship
Yes.
that women just can't get with. And if a
Hmm.
woman is not necessarily, relying on you for your money,
Hmm.
there's really no reason for her to feel like she now has a slave master. So
Okay.
I don't think it's fair to say
Hmm.
that black women don't respect black men.
Yes.
I think black men at times,
Hmm.
and this is not an overall because there's plenty of black men who respect black women, and there's
Okay.
also plenty of black women that respect black men.
Hmm.
But I feel as though there are times when black men don't respect black women.
Hmm.
Something you said in the last video that I totally missed it
Hmm.
during the interview when you said, there was no pretty black women in West Virginia.
Yes.
Therefore, you have a woman, a baby by a white woman, but now you want a black woman to raise this child. That was disrespectful to black women by just saying that in the whole state there was no beautiful black women, so you had to procreate with a white woman, and now
Hmm.
you want a black woman to raise your child. How are you respecting black women with that statement?
Kendra, even though I let me say this. How can I say this? I gotta remember so I got her right here. Okay, because she's woke. Okay. Here's the thing. I adore no matter how many black women don't like me for whatever reason, I still adore them. I don't I've always seen myself being with a black woman. I could have any race of women I want. That's not the issue. But I specifically prefer my own people. That's just simple as that. Now, I I could be like other men who think that other women of race or of another race are better. However, I don't. I specifically prefer my own. And if that's a bad thing, I guess I can take that. But I'll accept that graciously, knowing that I don't see it that way. I
Well, that's
still
what you
want to be
said, though.
with a
I'm
black
repeating
woman.
what you said. You
No, I
said
said that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
when you were in West Virginia,
There were, yeah,
there were no
there were
pretty.
very few. Yes, there were very few, if any. You know what I'm saying? Especially, with bottom line is my daughter's here. I'm not trying to push my daughter. I'm glad she's here. And I love my daughter and I wouldn't change anything about her, not even a mother, because it meant to be, it was what it was. It is what a man makes it, right? So it's up to me to make the most of it or to fold under pressure. I didn't fold. And so that's the bottom line here. So I could come up. I said previously that the sister asked me a question. I said, yeah, I threw my Johnson on the table and I was doing too much. And I owned it. But what I'm not gonna do is continue to qualify what people think, their silly petty opinions, because they feel like here's the thing, and I didn't get a chance to finish this earlier. There was a guy on a Pop the Balloon show one time, Kendra, and he was a young black man, and he was going to be an aerospace engineer, and I would never forget him. And he was an aerospace engineer. He also had a half part business in a startup company. Black women popped on him because of his outfit, Kendra, his outfit. Now that same man, when he's rich in 15 years, black women will say Where is your sister? You see the hypocrisy and the phoniness, and that's why it's all silly to me. And that's why I have no respect. You can't take these people seriously. I don't take the comments seriously. I want to shout out the black men and the
Hold
black
on.
sisters
Can
that
I want to
reached
jump
out.
in because I do want to
Okay.
dialogue, but you got to let me respond to some things.
Yes, I
Now, the
apologize because
example.
I got to get a lot of this stuff out.
Okay,
Go
well,
ahead.
you can after I say what I gotta say.
Okay.
For what you just said, respectfully, so I agree with that guy being prejudged by women. I didn't watch this episode, so I'm just taking your words for it.
Yes,
But if what you are saying is true about that episode,
I never
I
lied.
agree with it. But now I want to say you are not that man. You guys do not have
Okay.
the same resume. You are a
Mhm.
man that has two baby mamas that you did not marry. You were once in the
Yes.
street. You did at least 16 years in
Yes.
prison. Why do you feel as though you're one of our elite black men with the resume that you currently have?
Shit.
Why would you deem yourself to be in the category of the guy you just described?
Great
Y'all not
question.
equal.
Great question. I think that brother's great. I think that young brother is great, and I wish him all the success and the prosperity in the world. I want to say something, Kendra. I never once called myself a high value man. I never once. I don't subscribe to any titles other than being a man. Period. End of story. So I don't care about titles. None of that matters to me. I know when you step to me, I know what it is, and if you don't, you'll learn. And I know that the woman that's with me, I protect, I care for. I'm not only a fool is provoked by insolent speech. A wise man laugheth in scorn. So that's why these comments, these people, these silly people in these chats don't move me. I respect the people that did reach out to me, the people that reached out on me on Facebook. Shout out to those people. And just it's just to send a kind word. But I'm a man who can take the fire because I've always been in the fire. And I'm saying what I want. I stand tall and I'm gonna get it. And whether anybody likes it or dislikes it, then that's something that they'll have to deal with. But that would be my response to that.
Okay, but okay, because I wanted you to finish this. The reason I
Go
said
ahead.
that is you were going on a line of saying black women let their best black men go to other races.
Yes. Oh,
So
yes. Oh,
okay, so
got you.
okay, yeah.
I
So that's what
understand.
you said. So do you consider
Yes.
yourself to be one of our top black men?
I'm a great black man. I'm a great
So
black man.
so are
Let
you
me let me
saying
say
that?
this
Okay.
because it because what happens is with most people, Kendra, you can't see past what's right in front of you. See, this is the problem with most of these people. They fickle and stupid. They don't have the ability to see past what's right in front of them. They see certain things. They see some pseudo masculine guy with moissanite diamonds and they think he's rich. You see some guy walking around, you know what I mean, in penny loafers, you think he's poor. See, everything is visual with a lot of our people. That's why we're so easily manipulated and controlled because everything is visual, it's visceral, it's emotional. I don't move like that. And there's a lot of our people that don't think that way either. The people that reached out to me, the women that reached out to me, they adored me. They adored to see a black man stand tall and to call it like he saw it, regardless to the storm. You see, this country, Kendra, really wants to push black masculinity down. And I told you at the beginning of my interview that besides my daughters, my priority was the masculinity, upliftment, and self-esteem of black men. It's always been that way because that's how you build communities with strong men, not strong women. Nobody cares about no boss broad. And a lot of these broads don't even look that pretty without their wigs and their face paint. This ain't no shot to you, Kendra. I'm talking to them. Let's see you without that wig and spray your face and let's see what you look like. You see, Kendra, they're phony. They hide behind things. I'm not hiding behind nothing. Yes, I worked at Papa. Yes, I've been in the streets. Yes, I've done a lot of things I'm not proud of. I should be dead or doing life, but I'm not, thank the creator. I'm over here raising her.
So awesome. Why are you in a shelter? Why don't you have the ability to have your own home?
I, I can't get into that. I
Well, you're
can't get
on an
into that.
international show, and we've already.
Well, like I said, I cannot. I put like this. I won't be here that much longer. Simple as
Okay.
that. I explained a little bit
Do
of
you
it in
have
the
do
beginning.
you have outside money, outside of making outside the pizza shop?
No.
And I also want to say this to the boss chick
Yes.
comment because I consider myself to be a successful black woman, and I hear that a lot from men. But guess
Yes.
what? No one really knew you until you came on a show created by a boss chick. Like you said earlier, you get women, you don't need me, but yet in order to get the attention that you are receiving right now, it's by a woman's platform that created the show. And I want to piggyback to all the other men that feel that way, but yet still take content from a woman's show that they created. So y'all should not say that. Y'all actually should be thankful for all the boss chicks, because what else would y'all be talking about? This is how y'all make y'all living. This is how y'all create y'all name, by talking about women that I believe, to be quite honest, some men are jealous of, because this woman might be more successful for them than them, and they feel as though a man is supposed to be a man and a woman shouldn't outnumber them. So I don't even know why men act like they don't like successful Black women when all y'all do is live off of them. Y'all live off of us.
You say
But
y'all,
go
Kendra,
ahead.
you okay, respectfully, you group me in that. I don't do
Well,
reaction
no, you
videos, and
are in that, because the fact of the
okay,
matter is you're on my show that was
okay,
created by
I'll
a
deal with my
woman.
part. Okay,
So,
I'll
so,
deal
so
with
you
my
have
part.
to. So you should respect women who create things and are boss
Okay,
chicks. All you men say that, but yet y'all
okay,
live off of us. So that's just a
okay,
stupid comment to
okay,
me.
okay, fine. I'll deal with my part in that. First of all, I gave you initial props for what you created and what you've done. I think it's great. I'm not knocking you specifically. I know it's difficult to probably not interject yourself into this conversation. I'm not really talking to you, yet I'm talking to you. So I want to make that point. I'm not throwing shade at you, Ken. I don't roll like that. I don't throw rocks and hide my hand. So I want to make that very clear. And I'm talking to these women who have so much mouth. If Black people have so much, then why only we do we have 2% of wealth in this country? We don't have anything, Kendra. We don't own anything. If you really want to create generational wealth, like all of these Black boss bras talk, shh, get married. That's how you create generational wealth, through getting married. You marry, the Asians figured it out, the East Indians figured it out, the Mexicans figured it out, the whites figured it out. So this notion that Black wealth, that Black generational wealth is created by one individual woman. Women don't create anything substantial for real. Women aren't built to nurture. And shout out to the few women who have made, a couple contributions here and there. But men specifically have shaped the world that we live in, that turn the lights on, that run our infrastructures. The very men that these women say that are no good, where they make 40 or 50 grand a year, when these are solid, strong, capable Black men who would take care of them and who would receive them. But yet they say these brothers aren't enough. It's all cap, Kendra. It's all cap. I'm that guy. I've been that guy. I always win. I'm going to win again. And the woman that I'm going to marry from your show, more than likely, you'll see by the time a year goes by, I'll be in a different place. And
Okay,
I'll
Karen,
let you know
and
about it.
I do want to say this to that.
Yes.
You being in a shelter, life can happen to everybody.
Hmm.
So if you a hustler, you'll figure it out. But I want to say this about marriage, because I hear this a lot too from men. I don't watch a lot of podcasts. I don't actually
Yes.
watch no podcasts, to be quite honest. But I'm
Okay.
on Instagram, so I'll see feeds. But
Yes,
I've
ma'am.
heard this comment from unmarried men before
Okay.
about Black women need to get married. Well, who do you want her to marry? You are on record. You have two women that you
Hmm.
have children with that you
Yes.
said you would have never married. So how
Right.
can you judge a woman for not being a wife when Black men are not marrying the women they have kids with?
Kendra, I'm a man. I know that this world has told you all that we're equal,
No,
and
no,
you
no,
know
no.
what I
This
mean?
is not an equal question. This is a
Okay.
math question, because you're
I'm giving it.
judging.
I'm giving you
You're
your answer.
judging. But hold on, you're
Go
judging
ahead.
people for not being married, but yet and still you are a man that procreated with two different women that
Yes.
you told me you would never marry. So how
Okay.
can you judge a woman for not being a wife when men are not marrying women they have kids
Yeah.
with?
Kendra, because it's mama's babies, papa's maybes, and it's always going to be that way. It's mama's. Why do they say that? Because that's twofold. Mama's babies mean you're gonna have to take care of that baby if you have it.
But
And
here's
and
the deal. But
and
but but awesome. And
Kendra,
one thing I
yes,
liked
ma'am.
about you,
Okay.
one thing I liked about you in the first interview, I felt like we could. I felt like you wouldn't shy away from these direct questions. But this is a direct question. You can't. You have to give blame to men when it comes to marriage as well. Then you
Yes.
can't just say Black women aren't wives.
No.
No, you. If And so,
Okay.
so what is the like? There's no,
No,
you can't make that argument when you are a man that's contributing to the lack of marriages. Like you are a part of the lack of marriages because you have children with women you did not want to marry.
Kendra, I'm gonna be married. I'm
Right,
not
but the
them.
two women you have kids with, are they
Yes.
married?
So what? No, nobody wants. No,
So how
no.
can you judge
Why
them?
would
You're
they?
saying nobody wants them. You want them. You
Kendra,
got kids by them.
Kendra, no, I wanted the box. No, Kendra, Kendra, I think that I think that there's a misconception here, and this is why, this is why I'm here, because number one, I respect you, but I don't duck no smoke. I know for a fact that men and women are different. There's always been the case. There's always been double standards that benefit both genders. That's the bottom line. There's things that women can do that men cannot do, and vice versa. Men live with that every day and they accept it. Women are the ones who have a problem accepting the reality of their fate, especially when they sit around, pop these babies out. I'm not taking care of your bastard baby. I don't care nothing about it. That's that. Anybody who signs up for it is a sucker. I said it. If you don't like it, then that's up to you. But it would be like me ask Kendra, you a very successful woman. It would be like asking you to pay full price for a used car.
So, but okay,
Like
also
what?
before we go
Who would
there,
pay full price for a used car?
so okay, so let me ask you this. So
Yes, ma'am.
if any man dated your baby mamas, you
Yes.
think he's a sucker?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And let me tell you, and Kendra, you know what? Just to keep it, you really want some content? I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you. Today is my mother's birthday. Today would have been my mother's 65th birthday. Am I saying that right? She's born in 59, 65th. So 331. And I love my mother. I love her dearly. My father should have never married her. Let me say that again. My father should have never married my mother. It was a bad bet. My
Why was
father,
it a bad bet for your father to marry your mother?
great question. Because my father killed my mother September 6, 2006. And then he killed himself. I was in prison doing time in the hole. I allegedly, well, I did. I stabbed a guy in the eye, you know what I'm saying, about a fight, about a basketball game, and some stupid stuff. They put me in the hole in Berriga. I got a call September 12th, 2006. It was a bad bet because one of the children that she popped out, one of those bastards, played a game of Mickey Mouse, played a game that they should have never played between our parents. And she didn't do it, but she played a role in it. So this is another. So that story I was telling you about why I don't do it. They don't. They're unappreciative stepchildren. You never get full value. There's you get all of the responsibility, but none of the credit. It's always the black woman that gets lifted up. Oh, my mama did this. Stepdaddy came through being a sucker. We just needed him for his paycheck. You see, black men take this bet. We're the only race of men that are told to take this stupid ass bet and say, hey, take this leftover broad. Take this broad who thinks that she deserves a man after she's been dragged through the mud. We're the only race of men that are told that. No other race of men accept these women, Kendra. They don't. And that's
Well,
facts.
well, can I
Now,
say
if people
this also? Can I
absolutely
say
you may,
this?
ma'am. It's your platform. Yes, you may.
Well, first of all, I think knowing the backstory of what happened with your parents explains you more to me. I mean, that's very traumatic. The fact that your father killed your mother,
Yes.
and trauma shows up in all different ways.
Mhm.
So I feel like there's a lot of deep things, and now I understand your mindset more. But in the conversation of the
Yes.
leftover conversation,
Yes.
I would challenge that and say
Mhm.
other races are big on marrying the women they have kids with. So
Uh-huh.
other races pick women that they can marry and be the mother to their kids.
Mhm.
So if black men just pick women that they could marry to have kids with, they
Yeah.
wouldn't have to pick a leftover woman as you described it by somebody else's leftovers. I
Mhm.
think what happens is, and I don't know all the statistics, so I'm not going to
Yes.
break it down in that way with numbers, but we are a race of people that have gotten very comfortable with procreating without marriage. It kind of is
Yes.
what it is. But in other races, no.
Hmm.
Once you have a child with somebody, you're
Hmm.
marrying her. That's the system, and that's what it is. So
Hmm.
this leftover comment,
Hmm.
how about this? Just pick a woman that you can
Hmm.
marry and have children with, and you won't fall in the category of finding a leftover woman.
Great. That's a great. That's great, Kendra. But it's unrealistic, and I'll tell you why. Because men have always, since the beginning of time, wanted box. It's up to women to protect their virtue. Let me say this, Kendra. My daughter is married because of me. Shout out to my baby. Hey, baby, daddy love her. My 26-year-old daughter's. I got 3 grandbabies. She was a baby mama, but she listened to her daddy and married the father of her children, and she's never been happier. She said, Daddy, I'm finally living in my purpose. My daughter didn't always like me, Kendra. She didn't like me because she didn't understand exactly what I was telling her. But as life started to befall her, she said, he's the man that I need to go to when I that I need to go to for help and assistance. He has the answers. There's no question that my daughter's gonna come to me with that her daddy don't have the answer. Her life is much better because she has decided. She listened to her daddy. I sent her the money to go straight to they went to the Justice of the Peace. $50. Kendra, I couldn't be prouder. Let me say that again. I couldn't be prouder of my daughter because she listened to daddy. She didn't take after the advice and the ways of her hood rat ass mother who wanted to see her fail. Her mother plotted and planned to see her fail, and now she's suffering. And it brings me great joy to see it. Nothing tickles my heart more than seeing my enemies get what they deserve.
How
So,
you had a whole child with the woman you're talking about, sir.
yeah, I did. Yeah, I couldn't care less
So
because she.
awesome. This is what I always say here, because I believe in law of
Kendra, I
attraction.
want to give you something else too. I want to tell you something why I say because since I'm being so honest, I want to give you
Okay,
this as
go
well.
ahead.
This is going to be your best interview, Kendra, and so just kind of let me cook. I promise you'll appreciate me later. Kendra, when I about 2020, I think it was I got out of prison again and say I think it was 15. I got out in 15. I started doing good by about the middle of 15. I went to go see my daughter. She was turning 16 years old. Her birthday's in January. Hey, pumpkin. I went to see her because I had missed her birthday, so I went for spring break. That's what it was. And I was gonna take her shopping. Had a pocket full of money. I'm sorry, pumpkin. Your daddy's pumpkin too. You know your daddy pumpkin too. I went to go see her and go take her shopping. When I get to the door, Kendra, she's in her clothes. Her bathing clothes. I mean her what is it, bedroom clothes. I'm like, baby, why are you not dressed? I come look in the room. She had this boy. Her spending the night. Her mother was allowing her to sleep with this man unprotected in her own house, knowing what could happen. She literally poisoned my. See, we don't want to talk about this stuff, Kendra. We don't want to talk about the black women that are jealous of their black daughters for their youth and beauty and poison them. See, we gonna get real here. I'm that guy. You got the wrong one on here, not you specifically, Kendra. I want you to know I'm not never speaking specifically to you. I'm just talking to you. You got the wrong one here. I fought for my daughter in court. Them white devils wouldn't even give me an opportunity to be a father. I told them blank them and stepped. She did everything in order to undermine me, in order to see her daughter fail, and she couldn't wait. And I, for one, can't be happier to see that my daughter rose above it. I'm so proud of her. I'll hate her mother to the day I die. And that's what it is. Do I hate her mother? No. I pity her mother. That one, I hate her guts. And I wish nothing but the ill will on her.
Awesome. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Have you ever gone to therapy, sir?
That's a great question. No, real men don't go to therapy. Yeah, that's another thing, Kendra. I take my problems to the creator. I don't go to therapy. I don't go spilling my guts. If there's pain, if there's something that I need to address, I address it with the creator. But I don't forgive or forget. I'm a man, Kendra. I'm very stoic. I'm just being blunt with you on your platform and giving these clowns, these silly cousins that you have, exactly what they were looking for. These weak black men who gossip like women, who think that it's okay to, man, you can tell a woman how you feel, and it's okay. Everything is feel, Kendra. That's the word. Feel. You a sucker, dog. I don't go to my daughter with feelings. I don't come to my woman with my feelings. I'm coming with results. So the woman that picks me, she's picking a winner. Regardless of my current circumstances, Kendra, I'm going to win. And like I say, once again, I'm not going to get all the way into it. But when I pop back up on you, if you'll allow, respectfully, you're going to be like, man,
You're
that man.
awesome. I want to say this. I want to see you do well in life, right? So I don't have any ill will intentions. I
I
would
know
love
you
to see
don't.
you.
I know you
I
don't.
would love to see you go off in life and do better. You're changing your life around. I do want to say this. I've been meaning to say this. I don't
Yes.
agree that black women don't like to see you be a father to your child. Black women love to see men
Mhm.
father their child.
Kendra, respectfully, I have Kendra, I'm not being disrespectful, but you don't know what you're talking about in this regard. Only because I'm living it. Kendra, you would be surprised at the black women that have tried to undermine me with my daughter. I literally had CPS call me earlier today. Kendra, they do everything. And I'm not gonna get into it. And I still love black women. And that's the thing. I'm so real. I'm not bitter. I'm not a woman. I don't get bitter. I'm not jaded. I still want a black woman. I'm gonna get her. Like I said, I think I might know her. Shout out to you, baby.
Okay,
You know what
let's
I'm saying?
let's because we gotta just let's we got a lot of super chats.
I
We,
figured.
all right,
Yeah.
and we also and I do want to get the other guests on the show. So let me
Okay.
go through these super chats.
Yes,
I'm on
ma'am.
my new phone, guys, so don't kill me if I can't see your question. This one says 100% well spoken, my good brother. Keep pushing the truth and power. Shouts out to you, Kendra. But the brother is on point. We real men only want virtuous women, not a boss chick. Marriage is the key to success. Hey, listen. I totally understand. I'm not saying y'all
Appreciate you, brother.
have to
God bless you.
want a boss chick. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying there's no way you can support my show and
Mhm,
diss boss chicks because as a woman, I had
mhm,
to fight, as a man would say, to build this brand. So
mhm.
that's all I'm saying. If you don't want to marry, that's fine. But
Yes.
to act like you're not benefiting off of a boss chick, that's going too far for me. Because
Kendra,
you
may I
wouldn't have this
respond to you?
comment to make if it wasn't for a boss chick.
Kendra, may I respond to that
You can.
respectfully? Okay. Well, first of all, I understand your story. I know you I know you started in Buffalo. I know that you went to Chicago. I know where you're from, and not know you specifically, but I've always followed your kids, and I have a lot of respect for what you've done. It's not necessarily that men have a problem with the money. It's the attitude that comes with the money. It's the sense of you can usurp my authority, but yet you want me to put my life. Kendra, let me ask you a question. What do you think the number one role of a man is? Number
I
above
mean,
all else.
uh, there's a lot of things. I mean, provider always comes to mind
Okay.
first.
Okay. That would be wrong. The number one goal of a man is to bring order to chaos. The number before God said anything, before he said let there be light, there must be order. So that means a man what? Must be in order with himself, with his creator. Get his get in line with that. Then he gets his woman in line. The children fall in line. Every race of people understand this, except these silly, dumb people over in this country who don't agree. That's because you're stupid. You're stupid, and I said it. Kendra didn't say it. I said it. You stupid.
Well, I want to just say one thing real quick about the fall line. This is where it actually makes me sad, but this is where the
Okay.
disconnect I think happens with the black community.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
happens is this. Black women, especially if they have their own coin, right?
Yes.
Let's just go back in the day when there was a lot of things. I think black men or people have been cheating and other babies have been created for decades, right? But there was a time when women necessarily didn't have money,
Hmm.
they didn't have the opportunity, and it was also frowned upon to leave your husband over cheating. Also, there was no
Okay.
social media. So even if your husband was cheating back in the 50s or 60s, you didn't have Facebook to document it and deal with the embarrassment component that will come with that. You didn't find out to the funeral. Also,
Yes.
there was a time when women couldn't even get bank accounts, right? So now, as time progressed, women, we have been able to support ourselves financially. So when you have a woman who can support herself financially, the question then becomes, why would she tolerate somebody's bullshit, right? If hold on, I'm gonna let you
Yes.
respond.
Okay.
But so I feel like the challenges that men might have with a boss chick or a woman that has money, it's hard to control her
Okay.
because the leverage isn't there. A lot of times you guys control women through finances. This is no
Yes.
judgment. I'm not judging anybody, but if you have finances over a woman, how can she leave? She probably can't financially leave. So now you have a boss chick who can financially support herself if you walk out that door. So the question becomes, do I want to deal with this man who I might not be, who might be killing me spiritually? Like, yeah, you might provide, but am I dying inside spiritually being connected with you? So sometimes it's okay for a girl. No, not sometimes. I'm a person that would believe it's better to be healthy by yourself than to be attached to toxic and chaos.
Yes. Great point, Kendra. Here's your biggest. Here's where your argument is flawed, fatally. They're not you. Let me say this. Y'all not Kendra. Daughter, cover your ears. You black bitches, most of y'all make 27,000 a year. You don't make
Don't
no
call
money.
them bitches. Don't do that.
Okay, Kendra, I'm sorry. Okay, I apologize. Kendra don't like that, so I apologize. You don't make no money. Like, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Kendra. They're not you. And so for the few successful black women who continuously tout this, these phony bras who come on your show talking about they make 100,000, it's all cap. It's all cap, Kendra. It's all cap. It's all phony. So they come on here saying these things. I'm sorry, Pumpkin. You want to go sweep? Okay. That whole I tell him. I know. She love her daddy. Come on, lay down. See, look. I know. You want you want a bottle? Hold on, Kendra. Let me get her a bottle for 1 second. I think I
Okay,
got.
while you get the bottle, let me get through some of these super chats.
Okay, go ahead. I'll listen.
This one said, Kendra, please add Russell or Zach to the line. I need to see him have a conversation with other men.
I mean, what? Listen, if you think, first of all, I like Zach. Shout out to Zach Boog. I like Zach Boog. If you think a white man can tell me anything, you a fool. That part.
I want to try to put that. Oh, the baby. Yeah, I was trying. So something's going on with the super chats. Let me put it. I want to put it on. Where was it at? Oh, here it is. Okay, yeah. Kendra, please ask. Okay, I have learned this. I have Russell on the show, and one thing I did, and I love Russell, but I
Yeah.
did learn that a lot of black men don't want to hear from Russell from this
Let
platform.
me tell you why, Kendra. I want to explain this specifically. Because you can't tell me anything when you haven't walked in my shoes. The opportunity when you put it like this, if you're not successful when you're a white man in this country, you wasted your whiteness. Everybody knows a black man has to work twice as hard in order to get half as much. Kendra, let me say this. I've been paying for felonies that I did back when I was a teenager. A white man who was convicted of 33 felonies now sits at the president of the United States, and he never did a day. He never took responsibility for nothing. So people need to stop trying to act and I'm gonna tell you something else too, Kendra. If I were white, I noticed when Zach was. Let me say this: when your man's Russell is on here, I remember. Oh God, they eat him up. But let me tell you, black women, something. He don't like you. He not taking you home. He not taking your loud, masculine, big mouth ass nowhere. He not. He not taking you. I'm just telling you the real. The best thing you can do is be honorable, humble yourself, come back to your men. That's what you better do.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get some more, but can you understand how it would be a challenge for some of the ways you speak for a woman to accept? Because I think this is
Yeah.
where the disconnect becomes,
Mhm.
because no woman wants to feel like her husband is a dictatorship, right?
Mhm.
And I feel like that's where men who are providers and
Yes.
leaders, and you want a woman who's just gonna listen to you and That's
Go ahead.
how it comes across.
Yes.
And that's
Yes.
hard. And that would be hard for any human.
Yes.
Like, I know that you feel like that's what a man's job, but I'm just talking from a human experience.
Yes.
And again, I know that this relationship conversation has been taken over the internet, but I feel like, men, I want y'all to hear this.
Yes.
Women don't mind leaders. We prefer that, right? You
No, you
prefer a
don't,
man that
Kendra.
can
No, you don't. No,
hold
you don't.
on,
No, they
but we
don't.
don't like dictators.
No, you like to pick it. You want selective leadership. You want to, not you specifically, Kendra. Once again,
I understand what you're
these
saying.
women,
Okay.
okay, they want to twerk. They want to take hot girl summer and then come back. They want a sucker to pay. They want a sucker to foot their bill. They don't want a man, Kendra. They don't want a man with structure and order who like, hey, look here, baby, we getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. We going to go run. Hey, baby, listen, you can't sit around. You 180 pounds. You overweight. You know what I'm saying? Let's get you in that gym. I met a young lady, 26, gorgeous young lady, potential, and I like her. She's smart. She gets it. These women are trying. There's a lot of women that several women hit me up that understand that, you know what, I need to get on a man's program, because I'm gonna tell you something, Kendra. You don't have to ask no real man to provide. When these women come on here talking about they want a provider and a leader, I know they don't know what it look like, because that's baked into the cake. I literally was just yesterday. I went to go to the Nation of Islam service. Went to go chill with the brothers. Not a member, but I support the fruit. I like the brothers. Took my daughter. You know what I'm saying? You ask those Muslim sisters, do they feel protected by their men? You disrespect one of those sisters, them brothers gonna fall on you like a plague of locusts. Them brothers ain't playing about their women. Why? Because their women are in order. These black women are out of order, Kendra. But the woman I'm gonna get is not gonna be out of order, because I'm just that guy. I'm not gonna let you be out of order with me. It's up for a man to get himself in order, Kendra. He has to bring himself. It's all his fault in this regard. I don't begrudge her for being out of order, because if you let a woman run amok, if I let my daughter, if I let her loose in the house with a paintbrush, what I think she's gonna do? I can't be mad at her for running loose in the what? What I can do is set parameters. Pumpkin, put her in a box. This what you can color. My job is to die for my woman, Kendra. I will die for my woman. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. I'm one of them guys. So if I'm gonna die and give my life up, as most black men will, we ask for submission. And that means when I say something, I get the final say. Okay, baby, that's it. And I'm gonna tell you something else too, Kendra. I'm gonna get some boss game up tonight. Do you really want to know who run the world? Take a
Just,
guess.
I'll let you answer.
Okay, it's women, but not the women that they think. It's not these boss loudmouth trying to match energy women. I can match your energy. You can't whoop no man. You can't do it. Like. Come on. It's the feminine women. It's the women who are so. And if she's so good, if she's really good, she know how to make a man do what she want him to do and make it think it was his idea all along. That's the creator gave women that to combat our physicalness. No masculine man can resist a feminine woman. It is it's like it's like bee to nectar. Kendra, it is. Have you ever noticed how, like, maybe when you were growing up, Miss Johnson would come down the street and all of a sudden the boys started to get it together. Everybody stopped cussing, cigarettes go out. People start pulling their pants up. Miss Johnson is here. She commands that respect. But these broads are ratchet. And any fool that link up with him deserves it, such as your luck. I don't have no sympathy. Now, here's the thing. I don't begrudge a woman for getting what she wants. If you can find a sucker that's stupid enough to sign up for this bet, go get him. I don't. And when you crush that lane, which you will, you know what I'm saying, which you will, because it's in you to do it, he'll learn.
So I want to be respectful. I want to give you opportunity to
And
express
I and I
everything you have
thank you.
to say. That's why I'm not trying to cut you off.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna go to these super chats. The only
Okay.
thing I say to that argument is that again, law of attraction. So
Okay.
you men, like you are dissing women, like your first baby mama. So at one point in time, would you say you were a ratchet man then?
Kendra, I'm a nigga out the streets. Kendra, I want
Okay.
Kendra, let me say this. That's why there's something called a lady in the I think what we like to do is we want to try to act like there's an equal equivalent.
No, no, no. I'm not doing that. What I'm saying is you're
Yeah.
judging
I've been in the
people
streets,
who you
Kendra. I've been in
once
the streets since I was
were.
12 years old, Kendra.
Right.
I've been in
So
the
what I'm
streets since
saying,
I was
no,
12 years old.
I don't believe men and women are equal. But what
Okay.
I will say is
Excuse you,
I hear
pumpkin.
this, you're
Excuse you.
speaking a lot about people who you interacted with, right? So at the
Yes.
end of the day, if your first baby mama is a woman you hate, you slept with her, you had a baby with her,
Yes.
you laid down with her. So that means you had to be equal to her at some point in time in your lifetime.
No, Kendra, that just mean I was thirsty. That just mean I wanted some box. That's what that means. Most men are going, Kendra, there's
Okay,
very
okay,
few men that's going to
this
pass up on
conversation will
box.
go in a circle. Let's do
Yes.
this. Let me get these super chats because I do want
All
to
right.
get to all these other
Respect.
people.
Respect.
All right, let me see. I can't. Something's going on tonight. All right, keep standing. This is a guy. I think keep standing on your truth. Work hard, respect humanity, and everything will fall in place for you.
Okay,
So he's the
thank
guy
you.
on your side.
Okay, thank you. And it's not my truth. That's a female. That's respect. I know you probably did with me that way. Ain't no my truth. Your truth subjective. I don't play them games. Ain't but one truth. But I appreciate you. Shout out
Okay.
to you, brother.
Now I'm having a challenge, so I got to read them as I post them.
Okay.
He wants a black woman that he can unlive. Please save the baby from him. I've seen his case before. He has so much hate. He's evil at heart. At Hardy.
Yeah. This is and then once again, this is black women. This is spook, gloom and doom. It's always this way. It's drag a black man. You know what I mean? And when he's standing tall, but any of them loser bras who you'd have picked come up here ratchet and all outdoors can come up here and say they want some nigga making $500,000 and everybody will applaud her. Yeah, baby girl, I'll holler.
Okay, this one says, I can't say the name. Classy and upstanding women don't want goons. We
Okay.
would never be able to bring him around our colleagues and company
Oh,
parties. Sorry, it is what it is.
oh, that's a great question, baby. First of all, I dress like a million. Ain't nobody at your party gonna dress like this. I can talk politics, I can talk history, I can talk sports, I can talk. I've been around these people, and when I call myself a goon, I wanna specify that specific because I've noticed that I continue to get a few comments even from yesterday about it. I just mean in terms of my mindset, right? But I call my because Gizmo in the right. I call myself the goon because it's kind of catchy. But I'm a man first, and I've always be a man, and black masculinity is important to me.
Okay. Um, they love talking about white men, but love white women. He is talking about he loves black women, but talking mess from a shelter. Make it make sense.
We've been through that. You don't know a man that's realer than me. You don't know a man who has more swag, who's been to places that I've been, who can move like I move. You don't know that. So my circumstances do not define me. I define me. Like I said, I'm taking care of a single daughter, a daughter that would not. You know what, Kendra? Let me say this. This is why I'll have to laugh at a lot of these silly people. Because if you notice something about your comments, never once did anyone say, shout out to the brother for for trying to keep his own daughter out the system. These people are literally trying to take her as we speak. The only thing that's saving my daughter is me, right? And I could have walked away just like that and kept doing what I was doing. But I made the choice. And it was one of the best decisions I ever made because Kendra proved something to me that I've always known. I always can win, no matter the circumstances. My circumstances don't define me. I make my circumstances. I shape my reality. A man makes of Mars his own fortune.
Okay. Listen, there's personally, I don't want to see you do bad in life.
I
That's
know
not
you
my
don't.
intention.
They do.
I would love
Your
to see
comments
you
do.
win, and winners do win. But we're talking, I guess, about the relationship space right now. Okay, this one says, well, your baby mama's white and she ain't about nothing. Clearly, you don't know how to pick them either way.
Yeah, bro. I done, okay, baby, I done had so many women in my life, ups, downs. See, here's the thing, right? I want you to understand this. I can get it right a lot. I can get it right a lot later in life, right? And this is why I'll tell my daughter, don't listen to these silly women who talk about being independent. I want you to be interdependent. Let me put this, let's put this black word out there, interdependent. You dummies in the chat, go look it up. Interdependence. I want my daughter to understand that she's a part of a group and she has a role to play in the group. I don't want my daughter thinking that she does not need, grow up thinking that she does not need the very men that are to protect her. I'm 44 years older than my daughter, Kendra. I'm 44 years. Odds are I have less in front of me than I do behind me. What would I do to give my daughter the terrible advice? You don't need no man. We're so slow in this country, it makes no sense. And we wonder why we're at the socioeconomic bottom.
Well, again, I think this is going to be subjective.
Of
I already
course.
kind of expressed my thoughts on that. I think the issue is I think women would like men, but they don't want to feel like slaves. And there's a lot of times, there's a lot of times when you even said because this woman didn't want a medium rare steak, you were pretty
Yes.
much over it. Instead of that could have been a moment where you could have
Mhm.
just talked to her more about it. But because she had her own intention of how she wanted her steak, that turned you off.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
there is this disconnect when men are saying, oh, women are saying they don't need men. That's not
Yes.
the answer. Now, and again, I'm speaking in general, and of course, I'm
Yes.
not speaking for every woman. So I want to be clear on that. And there's some women that will go for your point of view, and some will go for mine, either or. But
Mhm.
I think women don't want to feel like their husband's a dictator.
Okay. And that's great, Kendra. But I want to say this. When the chips are down, when the rubber meets the road, you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying? What was that? A Few Good Men, Jack Nicholson. And so these men are the very ones who you need. These men are the very ones that you black women need. But see, here's the thing: a lot of these women can't keep a man, Kendra. I had to drop one broad because she wouldn't make my plate. You ain't making no plate. What? Okay, don't worry about it. Like I'm not about to argue. Don't, and like I said, and I did try to tell her. I said, baby, that's not how you do that. You know what I mean? Oh, that's the way I like it. She was
Can I say,
combative.
oh, okay.
Kendra, she
I
was combative. I don't let no woman be combative with me. I don't roll like that, Kendra. And any man who does is a sucker. There is no the inconsistent has no peace, Kendra, and nor can he be at ease with whom he concerns himself with. There's nothing inconsistent about me. My job is to be consistent and set the standard. I want structure in my home. I want structure with the people that matter. When you have that, you have the opportunity for greatness. You think I'm gonna die and leave some broad who don't respect me a $500,000 insurance policy so she can go over to Dubai? What? Oh, I look like a sucker? Quit playing with me, Kendra.
Well, okay, I'm gonna read this comment, but before we get to that
Go ahead.
comment, I so hate the topic of a woman can't keep a man. I think a lot of men can't keep women because they be the ones trying to get the woman back after she left. So if so much she couldn't keep you, then why are you still trying to get her back? Why are you still harassing her? Why are you still texting her? Why are you still trying to show up? I think, and
That
at the
question,
end of the
that's a
day,
great
people
question. I'm gonna
should.
get to that.
And then
That's a great question.
also, why we gotta say kept? Like, no, we should be. You should want to be somewhere. This isn't. I don't want to keep you in a slate.
Right.
If you want to go outside, you should go outside. You know, like I think that this whole keep a man. I think a lot of men can't keep women, and this
Okay.
is why they're so irritated
Mhm.
because they can't get the woman that they want. Let's see if you get the woman that you want because you said that you've been around a lot of women, but at the end of the
Yeah.
day, you had a baby by a
Mhm.
white woman who you don't
Yes.
want to raise your child. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna conclude that you never really had the woman that you can marry in the 44 years of your life. Yes, you've had women because you've had women, but did you have a woman that you would have considered to be your wife? Now, according to your track record, I'm gonna just say no because if
Mhm.
so, you would have been married to her or have a
Mhm.
baby by her. But instead, you had a baby by a white woman that
Mhm.
you don't even want to raise her own child.
Yeah.
So help us understand how you got all the great women, but you ain't choose the right one to have a baby by.
Okay, you said a lot, Kendra, and I was you got to excuse me. Sometimes I get a little befuddled, and I wanted to address your first part, and then you threw the second part in there. I'll try to work backwards as far as the woman. It's not that I don't want her to. It's just that right now she's not capable, and so that's okay. It was up to me to do what needed to be done, and
But at
that's
the
for
end of
her.
the day, out of all the
Yes,
women you have been in contact with, this is the
yes.
woman you had a baby by. So that's accountability on
Kendra,
you.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, yeah, no, Kendra, listen to me. I think I believe I accepted that. I don't run from none of that. She didn't have sex with herself. You know what I'm saying? I was the one who was running around, you know what I mean, putting my Johnson on the table. Shout out to the young lady who just texted me. She said, if you ever decide to reach out to me, I'm deleting this profile immediately. Shout out to you, baby. Appreciate that. Here's the thing, Kendra. What I wanted to get back to that first because I wanted to get. Do you remember what you said initially? Because I'm sorry, you were speaking about
Keep a man. We were talking about keep a man,
keep a man.
and
Thank
yeah.
you, thank you, thank you very much. Kids, it's not my job to keep a woman. It's my job to attract a woman. It's her job to keep me. Let me say that again. It's my job to attract a woman. She has to find me attractive. She has to find me debonair. She has to find me appealing. She has to, you know what I'm saying? She has to be willing to like some. And then from that, it's her job to keep me. That means she puts the work in to show that she is serious about me. Now, what happens is when she puts the pressure down, it's like, oh, okay, baby girl ain't, she's serious. And I don't need a woman to buy me anything, Kendra. I want to say this 100%. It's not about, this isn't a financial thing at all. I just mean showing me that there's genuine interest. Like, you know what? You're the man for me. When you showed me I'm the man for you, men tend to, in the face of femininity, Kendra, I'm telling you, I'm giving you game, Kendra. I swear to God, there are very few men that can resist no man, because it's like, okay, baby, you got it. And that's the key. So when these women get caught up into these, I told my daughter she was engaged for a little while. I said, Pumpkin, that's not good enough. You have to be serious. You really shout out to you, baby. She said, hit me up when you get off the show. Shout out to you, baby. I ain't gonna put your name out there. Um,
Okay, but talk fast because we got to get to this, and
yes.
I got to get to somebody
Okay.
else. But I just
Okay.
want to go.
I apologize, Kendra. I know, you know what I'm saying. I think will probably be quite a while. What was I saying? You got to excuse
Well,
me.
you were talking about keep. I think I want to just say this, and
I've been hitting the
whether
head a
men
lot, so you
agree,
got to excuse me.
listen, whether men agree with it or not,
Yes.
there are some women who value peace of mind, right?
Okay, got you.
And if peace of mind means okay, I'm gonna be single and I won't get that guy, she will
Hmm.
choose peace of mind
Hmm.
over toxic, chaotic behavior for the rest of her life. And that's just real. And I'm not a person, I believe in relationships. So I want to say
Yes.
this. I believe in marriages. This show is responsible for marriages. I believe in babies. I believe in all those good things. But I believe in healthy relationships. And if being
What
single
what's toxic,
is
Kendra?
better,
What was toxic?
if being single is healthier than being attached to a human being that is causing you chaos, I would say it's better to be single. I wouldn't say it's better just to have a man if it's coming with a lot of chaos and toxic, because then you will have an early death. I don't know what
What's
happened with your
toxic,
parents.
Kendra, about what I said? Well, first of all, black men die first. Black men die first of stress, hypertension, diabetes. So Kendra, let's not go there. This is black men are dying because of stress. I'm not stressed about nothing. And I look like new money. So I'm not stressed about nothing. You know what I mean? You don't see me stressed about my current circumstance because I know what my future look like. You know what I mean? So black men are the ones who are dying, Kendra. I'm glad you brought that up. The average black man dies at 67 years old, Kendra. Why? From stress. Because the world is beating him down. And don't nobody care. Don't nobody care about a black man being drugged through the mud. Don't nobody care. And so I'm here because I care. And so for those black men, for the black men who can take from here on out, let this be the template. Let me see you brothers come on here from here on out, just like this. Get your masculinity up, brother. Get off the get off the internet. Get your masculinity up. Get in the gym, get in the nose, get your nose bloodied, start exercising, get with other men and start to build in your community. Get off the grid for a while. Get your masculinity up, then come back and holler at these broads. They're gonna be all over you, dog.
Okay, I'm just gonna go through the super chats.
Yes,
This
ma'am.
I think it said, listen, for all the women in the chat that are hating on a good man, it's simply because y'all all lack understanding in what the brother is saying. And also, Kendra, don't consider yourself a boss chick, in my opinion. You are a queen with a splendor and character. Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Appreciate
see,
the
my
comment. Thank you.
definition, what I would say to this, my definition of a boss chick is a woman who's about her money and
Mhm.
who built her brand. So this is why I will tell all women to have your own. Point blank, period. Whether it be a disadvantage or not, I believe in having your own money. I've never, and I was raised by both of my parents. And
Yes.
you said put you on to game. My daddy put me on to game, and my daddy raised me to be able to take care of myself. So he's like, whatever you want in this world, figure out a way that you can take care of yourself, so you won't have to be under anybody's beck and call. And I also saw that.
Okay.
I saw women who had to tolerate things I would never want to tolerate because of financial purposes. I
Yes.
saw women who was tolerating things from men, and I would watch as a child, like, I never want to be treated like this. I
Mhm.
never want to, and these could be wives, there's, I'm not going
Yes.
to give our family business,
Yes.
but for me, I didn't feel as though they were happy, but financially they couldn't make a move. So for me, it taught me, okay, if I have my own money, I can have healthy relationships,
Mhm.
because now my livelihood isn't dependent on a man's income.
Right.
So I suggest all women to have your own bank, figure out a way to make it for yourself, and then you find someone to enjoy life with.
Okay.
That's just my own personal advice.
Right.
I know there's men that would disagree with it, but that is what it is.
May I respond to that, Kendra? Or are you just
You
gonna keep
can
going?
respond.
Okay. Because I know you said you want to kind of speed things up. I disagree from this standpoint here because everything in this world is judged by the results. How has that how has that information served you? Yes, you're successful, Kendra. We know that. And nobody's knocking you, Kendra. You know what I'm saying? Kendra, you be on tip. You be turned, everybody know that. And if you're knocking her for that particular part, then you a hater. Awesome don't do no hating. I'm just saying in terms of it makes for women for bad partners, bad that which is the word I hate. It makes for a bad girlfriend or a bad wife because what happens is the money goes to a lot of women's heads. Like all of a sudden, you're no longer fit to a black man can't say, "Hey, baby, you can't go outside. That put that on." You know what I'm saying? You ain't dressed. You ain't baby. You ain't wearing that out there. You doing too much. How you gonna tell me I made 200,000? What? And now you know what I mean? And listen, if some sucker guy want to sit up, now listen, there's a lot of black men who suckers. The majority of them. There's very few men like me. So I want to 100% say that we are in the minority in this regard. Hopefully it won't always be this way, but we are in the minority, especially men like me. So I know that there's more than enough opportunity out there for a woman to get a guy like that if that she so chooses. The problem is you're not going to respect him. That's the problem, Kendra. You get a man that you don't respect. And then now because you like, wham, I don't respect this guy, not because he don't have the money, but because he doesn't stand up, because he doesn't have a, and then so she continues to push. She continues to push. And now she's looking for you to stand, but she's broken him all the way down. There's nothing left. Now he's bitter because you have a lot of black men who are bitter. You know what I mean? Because that's why you see all of these, let me shout these, a lot of these cornball podcasts in some regards. A lot of you brothers are corny. Kendra do have a point in this regard. I'm talking about the ones that consistently complain about women. I'm not really into complaining about women like that, bro. That's not really what I do. I'm into making it happen. I'm not into complaining. I'm not throwing no names out there specifically. There are some that I do like. Shout out to the few that I do like. But I'm talking about to the ones that complain, everything is a complaint, and then they specifically put another race of women over black women. I don't like that. I don't support none of that, Kendra. You never. Here's the number one rule in life. Y'all better listen to Awesome. Accept your own. Be yourself.
But
Shout out to
awesome.
the
And
nation.
I do want to get to the super chat. But
Go ahead.
you have a baby by a white woman, right?
Yes, Kendra, because I'm a goon. We've been through this. I'm
No,
gonna,
I'm just what
Kendra.
I'm just saying is this is what
I'm
these
not
are
gonna
the
talk.
walking. No, because here's the deal. I want to hear you, but you gotta understand
I,
the walking contradiction that a guy would say.
Kendra.
You're saying be with black women, but yet you have a baby by a white woman.
Yes,
So
Kendra, because I'm saying, listen, Kendra,
okay,
just
I'm
because.
just saying. Okay, but
Right,
I'm
I
just
get
we
it.
just
You're
gotta say
not
that. But
wrong, Kendra.
I
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're just incomplete. Don't be me. Be better than me. I'm not.
Okay,
I'm not trying
okay,
to. You see
okay.
what I'm
We're gonna have
saying?
to do one word responses. Okay, this one says
Okay, be better
real
than
men,
me.
real men go to therapy. Second, you can't. You had a baby out of wedlock. So how do you dare call another child a bastard? Get yourself together before you attempt to date.
All right, great. Okay, let me get to that. Number one, my daughter's no bastard because her father takes care of her. Her father accepted her. Her father has signed her birth certificate, and she has my last name. She was named by me, so she's my seed. I know you dummies out there don't understand this, but this is my seed. You just the incubator, baby. These are men's seeds. So this is a black baby raised by me and who my seed I have deemed her worthy. So when her father deems her worthy, she is so. I'm talking about to these black women who got these bastards. I say the word again. I don't care if you like it neither. Get
Well,
your
I thought a
bastard baby
bastard
up out of
child
here.
was a child that's created not in marriage.
Yeah, they was, but there's another part to that Kendra that's missing as well. Like
Okay.
you when you look up the definition of a true bastard baby. So it's not just that. It's a child it's an illegitimate child now, you know what I'm saying? That a man basically steps away from and says, "Hey, like big mama, like we was just like you were saying, our big mama got the kid, and big daddy, he got his little thing across the Kendra. That's always been the way. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it's women. Women have to. This is why it's so important. I'll tell my daughter this, baby. You have to be virtuous, because in the end, men are going to take whatever you offer. This is why Daddy suggests don't never go in no man's house unless you're ready to go. You don't go in no man's house. I don't care what he say. I don't care if you need to use the bathroom, eat. You don't go in no man's house. Your daddy told you that. Why? Because you don't put yourself in compromising positions. Women have to become more virtuous, Kendra. If they become more virtuous, men rise to the level. You don't have this issue. That's just
Okay.
facts.
All right. This one says you don't get kudos for doing what you're supposed to do.
Great,
That's
great question.
as in
Great,
raising your
Kendra.
child.
Kendra, great, Kendra. That's great. I got to get to that because I hear that. I hear that a lot. I always hear that from black women that don't want to acknowledge me, but yet you want to condemn me. See, that's the phoniness, the two-facedness that they like to play. That they want to hedge their bet. Kendra, how many black men can you name that's out the street, changed their whole life overnight, and had their child since the very day their child came out? Never made not one excuse, never asked for one super chat, never asked for one cash app, and went and picked up trash at Popeyes to put food in his daughter's stomach. You a clown, and you just hate black men. Kendra, I'm telling you, if I was white, they would have put me on CNN and gave me a plaque. Let me have a Ben Russell. But because I'm black, you don't want to acknowledge me. You hate black men, and I hate you too.
Okay, we're gonna stop right here. I think here's the deal. I'm not a. I
You
don't
women
agree with.
like you.
Let me
You
let me
women
say this.
like you.
I want to say this because I hate this. I hate this war that we have between black women and black men. Now I have to say there's a lot of things I do not agree with what you said, but I can allow you. I could agree to disagree. I do want to see you do well in life. I personally, I know you are not into therapy, and I'm not even trying to change you, but I think that you are. There's a lot of trauma that you've been through that has made you this person, and maybe and you enjoy being who you are. So what I'm saying may just go down like you said, a water off a duck's back. So maybe it doesn't matter to you. But I I'll pray for you. I'll pray for you. And I really do want to see you do the best in life. There's a lot of things I personally disagree with. And
Yes.
I would say this, you mentioned a younger girl 26. That was a super chat, but we didn't get. I can't go through all these super chats. We'll be here for another 2 hours. That's the same age as your daughter. So you want to
Go
date a
through
girl
them,
that's the
Kendra.
same
Oh no,
age
you
as your
got it right.
daughter?
You said you got to get other people.
No. What I was gonna say is you said you want to date. I do want to say this because you said there was a 26-year-old girl
Yeah.
that you're considering, and your daughter's 26. So you want to date a girl the same age as your daughter?
Well, yeah, I would date her. Absolutely, I would date her. I'm not gonna let her age disqualify her. And Kendra, I want to say this too. It's so much, Kendra. If I ain't got so much trauma, how can I take care of my daughter with such a loving hand? See, Kendra, here's the
You can
thing,
have
right?
trauma. You can be
No,
loving and
Kendra,
still have trauma.
Kendra, let me tell you something. I'm a man. I'm a man. Men push through. Men forge through fire. Life is all about trauma. There's no being great, Kendra, without being forged through fire. Every great man that I admire has been through trials. Attila the Hun, King Harold Hardrada, uh, Genghis Khan, uh, you know what I'm saying? Malcolm X, Dr. King, Muhammad Ali. Every great man that I admire has been through Jesus. Every great man is going to be he's going to be tested. So that's so it because the test is to let you know if you truly belong. That's the test. Are you really worth? I failed a lot of tests, Kendra. I want to say
But
that.
sir,
I
I would
failed a
say
lot
this
of tests.
also. I mean, you've
Yes.
been through, I don't know all the traumatic things, and then you've probably been through more, but you shared that your dad killed your mother. That's
Yes.
traumatic. That's
Well,
a
yeah.
traumatic experience.
Yes, Kendra. But here's the thing. I have to understand something else. God said, God's not emotional. I want to 100% say this. God is not emotional. He giveth and he take. He said, this is your time is up. That's what he said. Now, yes, I miss my parents. I would love to be able to buy my father a nice suit, especially when I was some of the days I would have nice things and how I would think about how he did not. I would love that. I would love to be able to give my mother some of the things that she never had. I never had that opportunity, right? So what I'm trying to do is somehow regain my humanity and my soul through her. Well, I did that terrible, Kendra. Well, she's over there behind me.
Well,
There
what
she goes.
about why not? Okay. Well, listen. Okay, so awesome. You are on the app. You said women are reaching out. I
Right.
gotta go. Let me get to these other
Okay.
people who are also looking for love.
Okay.
I'm more. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yes.
You would. I mean, and you didn't come for me, so that's fine.
Mhm.
So I just think that I wish you well. I pray for you, and I pray for the woman that signs up for you, because that's you. You are a lot, and maybe there's a girl that would see this, but I have to. I'll be quite honest. I would
Mhm.
not recommend anybody I knew personally to date you.
And Kendra, and first of all, I appreciate you putting a disclaimer. I know that at the end of the day, you cannot subscribe to anything that I say. I get it. It's the way things are designed, right? But I will say this, and I like first of all, I want to thank you for having me back. You had me once, and then you had me again. You accepted my invitation to come back on, so I want to thank you for that. Shout out to my girl Figgy for you know what I'm saying for putting this super chat out there because I wanted her to know that I would be back on. I couldn't see what you were saying, and I didn't even watch it because I didn't want my
All right, but let's
thoughts to be
package it up.
tainted.
Awesome. This is the last final moment. What you got to say?
Okay, first, I want to, well, like I say, shout out. I already shout out, and I want to thank you, and I want to thank the black women, men and women that did reach out. I want to, what I'm saying, whether you like me or dislike me, everything I said cannot be disproven, right? You might not like it, you might not like my delivery, such is life. But I didn't tell any lies. There's nothing phony about me. I don't cap. I've really been where I've been. I really am where I am, and I'm really going where I'm going. And shout out to the women who appreciate me and who enjoyed it. And I hope you black men can really get your masculinity up because we suffer, and that's the reason why we suffer is because we don't have enough black men who act, move, and behave like men. So our community suffers as a whole. And that's the issue. I wouldn't ever want that long term for my daughters.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, I wish you the best.
Thank you, Kendra.
All right.
And I wish you the best as well. And thank you very much for having me.
Okay.
Shout out.
Oh, sorry. Ooh, child. Okay, listen, we got people if they're still there. Okay, yes. Let me get Maria. You ready? And Miss Blue, I'll get you after Maria. Maria, show me the wall. Okay. And Miss Blue, you'll be after Maria. I apologize. Can you hear me? I can't hear you, baby girl.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
That felt heavy.
No, it did. It was a lot.
I'm so sorry.
But let's focus on you because then we'll be spending another 20 minutes recapping that.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Maria, where you calling me from, honey?
Michigan.
Michigan. How old are you?
I'm 41.
41. What you do for a living?
Well, I'm a flight attendant, but I'm currently out on leave right now.
A flight attendant and you're out on leave?
Yeah.
Okay. So are you get paid for being out on leave?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any kids?
Yes. One, he's 24.
24. Okay. So we got Maria, Michigan, 41, flight attendant, out on leave. One child's 24. You ever been married?
No.
No. And what's your zodiac sign?
Cancer.
Cancer. All right, let's do it. Maria, Michigan, 41, Cancer, flight attendant, out on leave. One child that's 24, never married. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
Someone spiritual, who's been on their healing journey. I don't know. I'm still feeling a little heavy.
It was that heavy for you?
That was very heavy.
What was the heaviest part since you still
I think because I've done so much healing work, childhood traumas and things like that. It made me revisit some things that it allowed me to see from a male's perspective, right? Of someone who hasn't done any healing work. And yeah. So It was very heavy in that sense because I focus on healing myself and working on my internal things, childhood traumas and things like that. And everybody's perspective is different and everybody's situation is different. Everybody's on a different path. So, and I could see it in him, and then I can see how his trauma can be put on to his child, especially after seeing how, like, going through the process of having my mom, going through my traumas with my mom, putting her traumas onto me. Gotcha. If that makes sense, or if that's too deep, or
No, I understand what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, so it was a little heavy.
Okay. Well, hopefully, okay. We'll try to, if you can.
Sorry.
But try to block it out so we can focus on your
Sorry so much.
All right. So, okay, what else do you desire in a man?
Someone who's healed, or no, not healed, because we're all going on the process, right? So healing is the journey. So someone who's on that process of healing, someone who is aware of their, like, what they eat and things like that. Someone who doesn't have more than 2 kids. Oh my God, I'm a little nervous too. No, like, I don't have look preference or race or anything preference. I've dated outside my race and things like that. Someone who doesn't operate on fear, and yeah.
What are your deal breakers?
So the opposite, someone who has not done any healing work or internal work, someone who isn't self-aware, emotionally available. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Should he look a certain way?
No, I'm short, so I'm 5'2", so he could be like at least 5'5" or taller.
Okay. Should he make a certain amount of money?
No, but I would like him to have, like, a provider mindset.
Okay, and that means pay for everything?
Eventually, like, if it comes to marriage, be open to providing.
Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, this is my first time. I don't know if I can I rotate the camera or maybe I have to set it. I'll set it. uh, Let me see if it works like this.
Okay. Ooh, you look at your shape. Okay. So we got Maria, Michigan. Should he be in Michigan?
Preferably. But I am a flight attendant, so I can't travel, be in the States. Oh, and be open to hopefully eventually over time I want to live outside of the country, so be open to that.
Okay. Should when was your last relationship?
It was about 2.5 years ago.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
It was probably last. It was last summer.
Last summer. Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
Okay, so I'm currently working on 3 thoughts. I'm currently working on. Through my healing process, I do find myself uh, kind of like trying to push people along to where I'm at instead of meeting them where they're at, or just stepping away if we're not at the same, if we're not compatible, right? So that's one. Let me see. Another one is sometimes I go back into old ways of uh, like, I'm trying to think of a great way to explain it. I go back into old patterns. Like if I do communicate to family members that I have separated from, and through my healing process I've learned boundaries, and sometimes I'll forget my boundaries when dealing with them, right? And then I'll get mad at myself later because I'm like, oh, I learned that this is a hard boundary, whatever. And another one is uh just getting back out there dating and socializing. In fact, this is me doing this is a major step for me since my going through this process. Because it's almost like I'm kind of scared to get back out there. And
Did something happen traumatic?
so yeah, well, I got an injury at work originally. That's how I uh got on leave from work, and it made me go and revisit everything. Like it was my reset. So yeah.
Do you feel like you're ready to date?
Oh yeah. I've been going on through this process for about 2 years. So yeah. I'm just more aware now through this process, if that makes sense.
Okay, got you. All right, and why would a guy be lucky to be with you, Maria?
Because I have done the healing work, or I've at least started through my healing work. I haven't, and uh, and I do have self-awareness because of that. So he will, the person that's my person will be a reflection of myself and my current self, and we'll have done the work. So we will be a reflection of each other, and yeah, we'll be.
Okay. Well, Maria, this is Maria. What's the age range you want to date? You're 41.
Um, 38 to 50.
Okay. 38 to 50. Maria, 41. One child, that's 24. Flight attendant currently out on leave. Are you on the Kendra Singles dating app? What's your name on the app?
I just set it up. It's Maria Antoinette 7777 underneath.
Okay, she just set it up. So that's the name right there on the app.
And I only have one picture like that I took today.
Okay, well, you can add more pictures after. That's her app name. I'll add it to the video. This is my phone I'm using tonight is my app phone. Okay. But all right, well, listen, I wish you the best, honey.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much.
Baby.
Bye.
Bye. All right, let's get Okay, Miss Blue, you ready? Show me the wall. All right. Oh, what happened? You ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, you've been here before.
I have been. How are you?
Okay, because you came up here and you let us know that you once talked to the guy that was on the show, and he called back after you.
I know. I saw it. And I know how you felt about it, but I do feel as though him coming back, it didn't really prove anything. Um, it didn't really prove anything in my opinion. So,
I
he
can't. You know
came.
what, John? I'm sorry. I'm not even going. I'm not even going to hold you. Awesome. Done took all the memory from my show. So I think I remember what you said. I don't remember what Jaden said too much. What did Jaden say?
He came. So it kind of gave me it kind of reminded me of Married at First Sight, honestly. So he came back with the different letters, which is cute. That's fine. Um, so that's interesting, but I don't want to make this about him today. But
Okay.
yeah, he came back with some letters supposedly, but I'll leave it at that. What did you think about that, Kendra?
Okay, now I'm remembering because your take was in your experience he wasn't standing by the things he said to me, which was he's ready to find a wife, right? And
Hmm.
ready to find someone to be serious with. And I felt, how can we make that judgment? Maybe you weren't the woman he wanted that with, so y'all interaction just kind of died down to overall
Hmm.
say he didn't want to get married. But I do remember the letters, but I can't
Hmm.
remember in this moment everything else Jaden
Well,
said.
what did you think about it? Because I did see you on what's the name of the podcast with the
Latiris, dear
gentleman,
future wifey.
and you said something about his letters.
Yeah, but
You actually mocked him for it. So
yeah,
why didn't you do the same thing with Jaden?
because
If that's how
Latiris
you
is
really felt,
okay, because Latiris is 46 and Jaden's 29. And
okay?
Latiris also hosts a podcast where he's around women for the last 5 years. They're not even on the equal. Why would you even compare these two men together? They're not even the
I'm
equal.
just saying, I'm comparing the two because when you were on the podcast, you mentioned the letters. You actually mocked him and said that you don't think he was serious. That's what you said. So
Right. And
that's why I'm making a connection there.
okay, well, let me explain to you. This is
Mhm.
again, they're not equal because Jaden's 29. Latiris
Mhm.
is 47. Shout out to Latiris. He's my dear friend. I love
Mhm.
Latiris, and I pray he gets a wife. But
Yeah,
Latiris,
I
as I
hope
said
so.
in that interview, he's
Mhm.
been doing a show for 5 years talking about finding his woman, and he's around these women. Jaden doesn't host a podcast show for the last 5 years
But you
and
said
saying
they
he's
get
been. But
thousands
hold on, let me finish.
of
Let me finish. Let me finish.
replies.
Let me finish explaining why it's
Mhm.
not the same for me.
Okay.
So if I met Latiris yesterday and he started writing letters, okay, that might be one thing. But yeah, you've been writing letters for 5 years. So yeah, I'm gonna mock you because for 5 years you've been writing letters. This
Mhm.
this is a younger man and he doesn't have a podcast dedicated to the exposure as in sitting with all
Mhm.
those women.
Yeah, I hear you. But the same individual that
How
we're
can you say
referring
here,
to.
but it's not equal?
No, because he's been writing letters for 10 years. So if I feel as though if someone is really serious about finding a wife, I just think that they move different. But I did come on the show to give you some like an update, some good news actually.
Good.
So I met someone from your app. Um, they're great. We've been talking for some time now. Still trying to see where it goes, but just wanted to come on to let everybody know that the app does work. But Kendra, there are a lot of scammers on the app too, so it makes it difficult. But if you guys can weed through all of the scammers, they do have good men,
Yes,
high
that's what I
value
would say
men.
to the scammers.
Mhm.
Report within the app. We have been blocking accounts. We have been getting rid of, like, we have taken this extremely serious. So just
Mhm.
literally within the last 3 to 4 weeks, we have blocked hundreds of accounts and they got removed. So if someone's asking you for money, report the account. They will be
Mhm.
blocked. You guys should even notice it. Like, there's probably people that you were once contacting you and now their
Yeah.
page is gone. So we've been doing a very good job. I will say this:
Mhm.
every app has this issue. What's unique about my show
Mhm.
is we have the show, right?
Mhm.
So it's the gift and the curse. And also we're new in the app world. We'll be 1 years old. My birthday is when I launched my app in May. So
Mhm.
yes, we are taking it serious. I'm happy you met someone. This is amazing. Please keep me updated. You guys meet in person?
Not yet. So we're still working on that. Because I'm gonna be honest, I've been a little bit worried about flying because of
Have y'all
everything that's
talked?
been
Y'all
going
talked on
on.
the phone?
Of course, we FaceTime like almost every day.
Okay.
He's actually in Houston, Texas.
Okay.
So I'm just waiting to see where it goes. He makes way above what I requested when I was on the show. I requested 50,000. I was humble, but ladies, if you're a little bit more humble, sometimes you can get 3 times what you're asking for. So I got lucky with my person because he makes well over, not he's not a millionaire, but he makes over 100,000. So he's a good guy and he's marriage minded. So it's just a different energy that you get from men that's marriage minded and men who are not. And I
I
just
do
think
agree
it's
with
yeah.
that. I do agree
Hmm?
with that. And listen, I want the best for you. I really hope you do find your person. You do seem like an amazing woman that has her heads forward. You know what you're looking for. I don't remember everything. You don't have any kids, right?
I don't, but I'm gonna be honest, Kendra. I was upset with you. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
You referred to me as a sugar mama, which I still don't agree with. And everybody they refer to me as delusional because unfortunately, I prefer to date one person at a time. I still have my flaws because I'm still putting all my eggs in one basket with this one individual. But that's just how I prefer to date. I prefer to date like the old school. I want to date one man at a time. I don't need a roster. I don't need a whole bunch of different men in my energy. So that's how I choose to date. So I wouldn't say I was delusional. I just think I'm not typical. So I date differently. But I have someone that's vetting me for marriage right now who's
How old
serious.
is he?
He's 40. And remember,
Okay.
you
So
told
let
me that I needed to date someone that was over 50, which I don't think is fair because I don't even think you would date someone that age. But, and you
okay.
call
So
me a
Miss
sugar
Blue. Now Miss
mama.
Blue. Now listen. Now
No,
here.
and you call
Now
me a sugar
Now
mama, which
hold on now.
I don't
Now
think
don't
that was
forget. Now,
cool.
couple things. I'm trying. Listen, I was
Hmm.
trying to let you go, but now I'm going to defend myself
Okay,
because
go
one thing you're
ahead.
not going to do is
Hmm.
keep throwing different shots, and I'm going to just be graceful and graceful and graceful.
No, I
First of
don't
all, hold
expect
on,
you to be
pause.
grateful.
Don't get
Graceful.
removed.
I
Don't
expect
get
you
removed
to
from the
engage with
camera.
me.
Don't get removed from the camera. So you're gonna let me talk because I can talk
I
without you
don't.
here.
I mean, if
So
that's what
okay,
you
don't
want to do, you
overtalk
can
me. I
do
didn't
that.
overtalk you. I didn't overtalk you.
But it's
First of
okay for you
all,
to call me a sugar
do you want
mama.
me? Listen,
It's
I'm going to
okay for you
remove
to
you
call
from
me
the
a sugar
camera if you
mama.
can't respect me on my platform. Now I can bring you back on, but when you was talking, I let you talk. So you gotta decide how it's going to be. You ready to sit and let me say?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, first of all, you don't know me. So you don't can't say if I would date somebody over 50 or not. You don't know me. Second of all, Jaden is a very attractive guy at the age of 29. I stand by if he dates a woman of your age, you would be the breadwinner. There would be no reason for a man of that caliber that looks his way to be with an older woman if she's not pocketing money.
But
That's just what it is.
I don't
So
think that's
we
true.
could agree to
Because
disagree on.
it's been
Okay,
older
listen,
women
Miss
that come
Blue, when
on the
you talk,
show. It's
when you
been older women that
okay,
come on
well,
the show.
so and that's just what it is. I don't got time for all these games, okay? Point blank and period. All right. Now, if you, I wish you the best. I hope this guy, when you meet in person and you go to Texas and y'all get married. Like, that's what it is. I wish you, we gonna agree to disagree. You ain't my cup of tea. I'm not your cup of tea. And that's just life. That's just life. That's just life. You can stand by what you stand by. I'll stand by what I stand by. To say who I would date, you don't even know me at all. But furthermore, I stand on, yes, a man like Jaden, 29 years old, over 6 feet, all these wonderful, like women around his age. He has no kids reaching out to him. If he chooses an older woman, it's gonna be because of money. And that's just the facts. I don't understand why that's even, and that's not even personal. That's just what it is, child. Listen, with that being said, child, I'm tired. I got to stage my house because I got a lot of y'all energy coming into my house and all of that. And I think people got to realize again, I'm giving you a gift by coming on my platform. Okay. I think sometimes people just think that, oh, no. It's a gift for me to allow you to come on my platform and expose yourself to the world so you can find somebody. That's the whole purpose of this. Okay. I am sharing my platform that I built so you can find a person. That man in Houston that you're talking to, you met off of an app that I created that I invested in. So, Miss Blue, if you do marry this man and y'all have kids, you will have Kendra G to thank for it. So, as you sitting up thinking you coming on my show to read me, you should be a little bit more grateful. Okay? And hope that the man, when you get to Texas, you close the deal, because he might have saw your ass on this show. It might change his mind. So I don't know where you thought you was going to come on my platform and read something down and use Latiris and Jaden as an example. Girl, don't hit that line no more, child. Meet your man, have some babies, live a wonderful life. I wish you the best. I truly do. I truly do. But don't call my show no more. Okay? Some of y'all get a little ungrateful. Y'all get a little ungrateful. You get entitled. No, not at all. With that being said, I'll see y'all on Wednesday. Good night, everyone. I'll see y'all on Wednesday. Good night, everyone. Good night, everyone.